What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Spiritual Gangster, coming to you with a general reading. This is going to be an entertainment reading today, so this is normally not my usual reading I put on here. It's been on my spirit to do a reading surrounding the 5 people that went down on that submersible and, they exploded in the ocean. So it's spirits in those oceans, especially the Atlantic Ocean, because you have the Bermuda Triangle. You have where the Titanic is located. That's more so on the Canada border. But there's portals in space, y'all. There's portals in the ocean. So the further you go out, the deeper you go, you're entering into portals that, we as human mankind know nothing about. So when that submersible went into the ocean, they basically set themselves up. There was a death trap. It was also reported that, that submersible that they were in did not get tested and go through the proper protocols to make sure that it was safe for them to even enter that far or in depth into the ocean. So that was another thing. I'm just gonna see, what messages come out. I do know that one of the guy's ancestors, were on the Titanic, so that was part of his mission. He wanted to go view it. This was just basically an adventure for these people, and they each paid $250,000 a piece. A lot of the energy surrounding this reading has to do with power, which, when people have money, they feel like they have power, but this shows you that they don't have more power than, you know, the spirits that were out in that ocean. So I'm going to get into that energy so that we can see what all comes out. Heavenly Father, ancestor alike, please give me knowledge of the Titan Five, the people that, entered into the submersible and were imploded in the ocean. What message do you have for me to give to my viewers? We would like to know some information on what was going on, or the energy of the people that were involved in that incident. What can you tell me? What can I tell my viewers? Okay, so we have fragment out here. I want to get into that energy because I'm not sure exactly what it is about that fragment. Okay, so we have reminder out here. Okay, so yeah, some of these people had to be reminded that just because they have money, they can't always fulfill all of their wishes with this fulfillment out here. So one of their wishes were for them to go view the Titanic. That area is forbidden for mankind. What can I tell my viewers when it comes to this fragment? What is it about this fragment? What is it about this fragment? Can I tell my viewers? Okay, so we have strength out here. What about this strength with this fragment? Okay, so some of these people that were on this trip, they didn't have the strength to break it to someone that they didn't want to go. They needed to walk away because some people were having, second thoughts about should they go. And the reason for that is because they had to sign a waiver. Basically, if something was to happen, then their people cannot sue. And the person that brought people aboard on this dangerous voyage had cruel intentions, or he was being manipulative. He knew that the submersible was not durable for that voyage, that trip that they were going on, and he knew that they should have walked away, but he wanted the money. So I did, some research, and I saw where an engineer was reporting that um, it was different tests that needed to be done depending on how many times that submersible had been used. So every time that submersible is used, in a different voyage, that's wear and tear on that submersible, just like driving a car. If you drive a car and you don't keep up the maintenance, the oil, check the engine, then, things can possibly go wrong. Same thing with that submersible. So they hadn't had it tested for one. They skipped some loopholes, and this was not a submersible that was owned by the U.S. government. This is just a private company, someone that was trying to, basically lure people in and take their money, and using different reputable companies to use their name in order to draw people in. I'm not sure what companies they were using because I don't know too much about, you know, ocean crafts and different things like that. But that's like someone using NASA saying they partner with them, which really, they may have spoken with NASA, or they may have a small share in NASA's stock, but they're not really a partner in that company. So that's basically what OceanGate did. They used reputable companies or agencies, basically using their name for clout in order to draw people in. But it was mentioned that actually, to us common people, $250,000 seemed like a lot of money. But for that voyage, that trip, it wasn't. They said they should at least been charged $1.5 million a piece so that they can run the proper test and get the proper maintenance on that sea craft. Tell me more about this trip. Let's tell my viewers. So this is about something coming together for you, something being solid, but it came out in the reverse. This trip was not thoroughly planned out. That could have been just for the overseers, the people that were responsible for ensuring the safety of the people that were going on this particular voyage. So some of them knew that, it was a bad idea, but they basically gambled with their lives, whether, all of them were not aware. They did not expect to be betrayed and to die on that voyage for some of them. But like I say, their spirits in that water, so they did not have permission from those spirits, that portal that they entered, going to see the Titanic. And another thing, the pressure, the more that you go down into the water, there's a lot of pressure that calls for explosions. And they just didn't have the right equipment to find these people, to locate these people. What else can I tell my viewers? So yeah, some of the, well, I know all of those people on that submersible are in regret. They hate that they didn't go with their intuition and not go on that trip. What else can I tell my viewers? What else can I tell my viewers when it comes to that submersible that floated in the Atlantic Ocean? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. So they were caught up in a web of lies with the spider cord out here. Like I say, they only wanted to fulfill their wishes, but they had to be reminded that, money can't buy everything, which those were one of those cases where money couldn't save their lives. And now they have a story that will always be in history about them going to see that voyage. Basically, like I said, this was a death trap. They basically hung themselves. What can I tell my viewers? So someone wasn't being assertive. They was not paying attention to red flags. The guy that set up the voyage was basically manipulative. For some of them, they could have felt this, but they went ahead and went on with the voyage. Yeah, they should have reconsidered. Can y'all see that? Or someone could have been reconsidering, and someone talked them into it, like, everything is gonna be fine. We secured this, and we've ran tests, and they were actually lying to these people. So some of them were not aware of what was gonna happen. I told you they should have listened to their intuition, and these people didn't, and they didn't get more information. This is what came out with: listen to your intuition, get more information. So these people failed to get more information and listen to their intuition, which caused for them to die on this voyage. What is it that the spirits would like for us to know as it comes to this voyage to see the Titanic? So I have purity, but it came out in the reverse. So some of these people that were on this expedition, they were not pure. They were power hungry. Everything was about money with them, which they chose money over their morality, over having integrity. They lacked ethics, and this is what caused for their demise. But now their spirits are having to come to the realization that, like I was telling y'all, money can't buy you everything, and also you have to listen to your intuition. You know, maybe in the next lifetime they will be able to correct, the destruction, the things that they have done in this lifetime. They could be paying for generational curses, things that their ancestors have done as well. That trickles down to other generations. What else can I tell my viewers? What is it that I need to tell my viewers? What else I need to tell my viewers? So some of these people did not want to release any attachment to timing. So with this card, they needed to release attachment to timing because, it's like they was in a rush to go see it, when maybe they could have known, for some of them, that they didn't have the um, proper submersible to even go down there. Maybe they needed to do more work on this submersible, and some of them could have known that, and they was like, well, it's okay, everything will be fine. Someone could have said, well, maybe we should wait to December to have it tested, or wait to January. So there was some kind of time frame to where they could test this submersible that they were in, and someone didn't want to wait. This could have been the person that planned this voyage, and they failed to refocus and stop waiting for it to be fixed or to be done, because they didn't want to wait to January. And this is what cost their lives, as well as others that they lied to about going on the trip. So, that's why a lot of times they say, well, curiosity kills the cat. Some things are not meant for human and mankind to explore, because though, like I say, there's portals out there in the ocean. There are some places in space that we're not allowed to go to. So, with that being said, If your intuition tells you to reconsider something, reconsider it. This is a lesson learned for all of us. And I know, some of us will say, well, I would never go out there into the ocean and try to explore. True enough, I wouldn't either. I went on a cruise a few years back and I was scared. So yet alone going in a submersible. And the reason why I'm saying submersible and not a submarine, because there's a difference in submersible and submarine. A submarine has more power than a submersible. Submersibles are really driven or operated by a man or someone that's on top of the surface, someone that's in the boat that dropped the submersible into the water. So once that system failed, they didn't have a GPS to locate these people. So, that came from a lack of planning on whoever organized this trip. How is this person feeling that organized the trip, the one that is deceased that was on there? Yeah, he knew that he had secrets. The moon is about secrets in his movement, planning this trip. What else can I tell my viewers? What about this man that planned the trip? Conclusion, he didn't get all the facts. He basically came to a conclusion himself that he was not going to wait for whoever to give him the okay to take that out and take that submersible out into the ocean with 4 other people. So he was being impatient. He just wanted the money. Darkness. Yeah, so he was a dark spirit. So that was part of his karma, as well as the other people that were on that submersible. Like I tell y'all, nothing happens by mistake. Everything happens for a reason. So it was meant for them to go out there. This is also to teach other people lessons about not having things tested the proper way, not going with your gut feeling, your intuition, and reconsidering things when it does not feel right. Whether you're trying to fulfill, a life fantasy or whatever it is that you want to do, just make sure that, it's not a death trap. You're not hanging yourself. And also to keep your spirits pure. Because like I told y'all, these people were a dark spirit. They were not beautiful because it came out in the reverse. They were not pure. They were in a dark energy. Everything was about money. That's why, they were willing to pay that $250,000. Like I say, to us regular people, that seems like a lot of money. But for them, that was nothing. How many of them could have, gave to charity or did some type of humanity work? There's a lot of homeless people in the world. We're in a inflation. We're actually in a food shortage, and they have $250,000 to go on, trips that's basically death traps. So this was a part of their karma for not, being of service to humanity, and also not listening to their intuition. So I hope that I was able to bring some clarity to you all and also bring awareness to you all. Like I say, I'm I want to know, what y'all feel about this story and the things that have transpired in this situation. How do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like there's spirits in the water in that area? I also saw where the pressure, the further they went down, because the Titanic is like, I think right at like 13,000 feet. So they saying that's like the pressure of the Eiffel Tower being on top of you. So can you imagine that weight? So the further they went down, that's why the submersible exploded. It was too much pressure for the individuals that were on that voyage. So y'all don't forget to like this video as well as subscribe to my channel. Y'all be blessed and take care.